I'm your host, Link the Boss.
And I'm your host, Blam the General.
Yeah, baby. What time is it?
It's time for 2 MCs in the Mic Podcast.
I said, what time is it?
It's time for 2 MCs in the Mic Podcast.
You the below, right? Underground where we are, right? If you keep it the buck and I keep it the buck, then we all gonna be alright. Cause we want the ball, right? The money, the bitches and all, right? The figures, the digits, the exquisite visits to all of the different shows.
Right. I was still want more. Private jets to Caribbean shores. Girls in bikini, champagne grapes on my feed me. Smoking the lettuce for sure. Penthouse on the beach, champagne spilling hot tub where we reach.
You're in tune to the 2 MCs in the Mic Podcast with your host, Link the Boss, Blam the General.
Yo, Sam, what's going on? What's going on?
We good, man. Welcome you guys to another extravaganza of the 2 MCs in the Mic Podcast.
Yeah.
I go by the name Link the Boss.
And I go by the name Blam the General.
Yep, baby. What's good with you, man? How been the day? How the day?
Day was alright, man. It was a decent day.
Yeah.
I got a nice amount of sleep for a change, man.
Really?
Man, yeah. Man, sometimes sleep don't exist here, but last night, man, let me tell you, got some good sleep.
Got that rest assist in.
Yes.
And we need that every now and then, you know what I mean?
Yes, you figure out the week, I probably get about 3 hours sleep at night.
Right.
You know what I mean? By the time I get finished doing all the things that I need to do throughout the day and get to sleep, it's about 5 in the morning. Then I got to wake up at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. You know what I mean?
That's the true grind, though.
I
You
got
know?
the school thing going on.
Right.
And I got to make sure that I'm well rested for that. So 4 hours got to be enough. Really, it'd be 3 because I got to get up, take a shower, do all that shit. You know what I mean? But
Listen. They say when you own the business, you put more work in than anybody else.
Oh, yeah. I definitely love being a business owner.
Yeah.
Rather than working for somebody else.
Right,
Let them
right.
get all the repercussions.
Yeah, man. They give you the
You know
less
what I mean?
and take the gross. You know how that works?
Yes, man. That's terrible.
So that's the reason why us being in this position, we can, you know what I mean? We can make things happen, make it shake.
Exactly. Maybe have some people working for us.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But we gonna be fair about it, shit. We ain't trying to take nobody head off. We want everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only way we could do it.
Yeah.
So, you brought up an interesting situation. I feel that we're gonna sit back and drop some jewels and talk to it because you know the hood listen to us and we get to talk about it. So, the vaccine is here.
Yes, this vaccine is just bananas, man. I mean, it's not even been a year yet, and they're already testing out vaccines on people. And I know in a normal study of vaccines, it takes like 10 years to know if there is some late side effects that's going to happen. But they didn't do none of that with this. I guess they're so desperate for a vaccine that they're willing to risk it, which is crazy. I don't see myself taking no vaccine, and I'm a high-risk individual.
Right.
So if I get it, I'm probably gonna be out of here.
Well,
but I still don't feel comfortable taking that vaccine.
I feel you on that. I mean, they have done this with the other pandemic that they had. I forgot what they call that.
Was
one.
it the swine flu?
The swine flu or whatever. Yeah, they
the SARS or some shit.
Yeah, they did expedite a situation to get that going. I guess their philosophy is if you're gonna be losing people and we try something, if it work, it work. If it don't work, it don't work. We was gonna lose y'all anyway.
But at least we tried, right?
At least we tried something, I guess. You know what I mean? I'm not speaking on that, but black people have always been guinea pigs.
Exactly, and that's what we are, because we the ones that's losing the most lives is blacks.
Right.
So at the end of the day, we would be the ideal guinea pig. But at the same time, if their agenda is to wipe us out, that's the easiest way to do it too.
Yeah, give you a vaccine, baby.
You know what I mean? So it's a double-edged sword, if you ask me. I mean,
They go in the back. They said, Maxine, give Blam the general the vaccine.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I get the vaccine and then it's like, damn, I never be seen.
Yeah,
Again.
pretty much. You get you ain't never gonna be seen after taking the vaccine. Oh, I mean, what can we do? And I mean, like,
Man, at the end of the day, we not in any kind of position. I mean, Farrakhan said it the best on his last speech.
yeah,
That we needed to call all our scientists, the black scientists
right,
and doctors
right,
and the people that got the knowledge and
right.
know exactly what to
Have
look
our best
for.
interest in
Exactly.
Yeah.
They got an interest for us.
Right,
And call all them up so that they could put their minds together and test the vaccine before we even let our people take it.
facts.
Know what I mean? That was an excellent idea.
But you know that comes back to our last conversation or one we had in the past about everybody being on code.
Yeah.
If everybody's on code, conversations and stuff like that happens
Mhm.
easily. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It'll be easy to get these people
Right.
to come together to do these things that need to happen.
Yeah, but we don't stay on code enough to do certain things that's important. You know what I mean? That's why I
That's
said.
why we gotta. That's why we look to the black people that actually did it, made it, like the Jay-Z, Diddy. You know what I
Right.
mean? We look to them to be able to put things like that in place. Well,
Right.
we have no choice but to look to them for them to be able to put things like that in place. Technically, we could do it ourselves, but with the research, we don't have the money. And
Man, they
you know
got
what I
the
mean?
resources, man.
Exactly. We don't have
They can
those
make the
kind of
phone
resources
calls.
to
We
make
don't
it
even
happen.
have. We don't even have the attorneys and the people that we would have to put in place to make all that
Exactly.
happen. We don't.
So
We ain't got the resources.
it
for
would
all
take
that.
somebody in their stature to
Yeah, I mean,
actually make it happen.
it would take somebody of them stature for the person to pick up the fucking phone.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Yo, Blam's on the line.
Niggas
Yo,
like, who that?
who that?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a big difference
Yeah.
if Jay-Z
Yeah,
calling.
if Jay-Z
You know what
calling,
I mean?
I mean, I would pick up. You know what I mean? I'm
Who's
just
not
saying.
gonna pick up for that guy. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm just saying that will make the life of the situation that much easier
Yes.
if we had situations like that happen. So you know, we need to get that going, man. We gotta figure it out because it's kind of hard for you to protest and say white brutality and this, that, and the other, and when Black Lives Matter, when you gotta go to Walmart to buy groceries.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's a direct
Who you buying these groceries from?
right.
So at the end of the day, even though you screaming Black Lives Matter, you can't save any Black lives if they tainting your food.
There you go.
If they're giving you food that's gonna counteract with your melanin to make your
Hello.
immune system and be low so that you're
Hello.
susceptible to all of these diseases and things like that. You know what I mean? That's systematic situations that we can't, unless we're growing our own things and making sure that all our stuff is organic,
Yep.
we gonna run into those pitfalls.
Yeah, we gotta have control over whatever
Know what I mean?
we putting in our body. It's not just, you know what I mean. If I had the bread, like let me just put it this way: if I had the bread, I would get like 200 acres or wherever and just created like the biggest black farm.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like all the growings of the foods and the meats and everything that we consume would go there, and then I would have
Yeah,
like
didn't somebody just these families come together and
Yeah,
buy like
bought, like-
200 acres? out
yeah,
here
I
or
think it was
something?
like 98 acres or something like that. But yeah, but I fucks with that. But then again, we should also have like whatever you put in the black neighborhood stores have to go through like the black FDA or whatever they call it, right?
Yep.
So we got like stuff that we like, yeah, you can give that to them, but we're not fucking with that. Because in the Jewish community, you can't just bring anything in their shit.
Yeah, gotta be kosher.
Exactly.
I mean,
So yeah, man. So we could have what they call it, allow.
yeah,
Yeah, man. Let's get our allow shit going on, man.
exactly, man.
So we can have our shit, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's definitely a great idea. You know what's crazy is I was reading something about this place called Freedom Town.
Right.
I think it's in Louisiana.
Hmm.
And it was basically slaves that came over here and they got their freedom. They were sophisticated. They knew how to read. They knew how to do all that.
Right.
They had their own section over there of
Louisiana.
Their own system
Hmm.
in place where they didn't need anything from their white captors and none of that. You know what I
Right.
mean? I want to do more history on it, but it was something that was real interesting and it made me think about it when you said getting your own farm and things like that because they did that.
And it's just a way to just make sure that we can maintain because your health is gonna be your wealth.
Exactly.
It don't matter how much dollars
all
we
these
make.
additives that they put in our food, man. I'm trying to tell you. They done did the study, the research, then they know that it only affects people with melanin in their skin.
Yeah.
So it's a counteract to our makeup. Something that we can't change. It's like we can't take our melanin
That's a
out.
fact. That's why I'm looking at all of these kids now with autism.
Mm-hmm. Yes, all
You
of
know what
that.
I'm saying? And then
all of that, man.
And then those are vaccines right there, right? And they're saying it ain't got nothing to do with the vaccines. It's a conspiracy. But how is it that we have so much cases of it now?
Yeah,
If it ain't the vaccine, it's the food.
We didn't before. Before it wasn't all these cases going on. And now all of a
Facts.
sudden it's almost normal.
Right.
I mean, it used to be something abnormal, like, all right.
Yeah.
But now there's a lot of families that got autism
It's a lot.
in their family.
I mean, it used to be a situation where it was like 1 in every 1,000.
Yes.
Then it became like 1 in every 100.
Uh-huh.
And now it's 1 in 10 has some form of autism.
Yes.
1 in 10.
It's terrible. I mean,
If it ain't the vaccine, something going on. Is it the water? Is it what the fuck is it?
I'm going to tell you what I believe it is. I believe it's all those chemicals that we're putting in our food,
All that.
steroids, things that they do, putting in food to preserve it so that they can have longer shelf life.
You know
what I mean?
You know, back in the day, it was like when we was in high school, you met a shorty, you had to see her ID because she could be 13 and looking like she goddamn.
Oh, yeah. I remember those
that?
days.
Right?
Yes.
I don't know about it if it's that much this now because I don't really look at young kids, but I used to remember I had this one girl that hit on me. She was literally like maybe 15, and at the time I was like 17, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She was bad in every way, and it's like my man was like, she only like 15. I almost had a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
That time I'm feeling little mama, you know what I mean? Her conversation was up there. She was big.
Yeah.
And she was talking that game. And when I finally asked her, she didn't lie about it, but she's like, I don't really fuck with nobody if they ain't at that age. I said, yeah, but your 15 could get me 25, baby.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Put 2 more years on that and holler back at me when you get there. You dig what I'm saying? I'm definitely not eating that. I'm not going down for that. I did not, you know what I mean? She was all with the mouthpiece. I ain't even gonna lie. She told me I was scared of pussy and everything. I said, yes, I am. If it's 15, I'm definitely scared of it. You dig what I'm saying? If it's 15, I don't want nothing to do with that, baby.
Scared of that pussy.
It's definitely all the way.
It's that baby pussy, man. We don't do baby pussy.
No, none of that.
Nah, man.
Nah, I told her, I was like, I can't even talk to you, ma. I said, yo, you gotta put some years on you, dig? I mean, so mama, you probably got some ears on you now. Holla at your boy. You know what I mean?
If you watching the podcast, you old enough now.
Yeah.
Come and get it.
Exactly. You're at least 38 or 37 right now. Ripe for the taking. You dig what I'm saying? We couldn't do that. But, that's just, type of shit that's going on that the girls is getting breast and all that shit at a young age. You know what's in the food. You dig what I'm
All
saying?
them hormones they putting into this food, man.
Yep.
I mean,
A direct situation.
I wouldn't doubt it if that had a lot to do. Hormones had a lot to do with this whole agenda, the gay agenda, and all that.
I mean, it's possible.
You know what I mean? Because all of a sudden, people was coming out not being able to identify as male or female. I have never heard of that. I'm sure there was probably minimum cases. Which is, I'm not gonna lie, this is another topic that I did want to touch on because
than this one, man.
I cannot
Right.
seem to watch a decent movie without there being some kind of reference to gay in it. 2 men kissing each other, or even women kissing each other. I mean, I understand that there's a height in popularity for those type of things, but I mean, it's in every single movie.
So let me ask you this question. Do you think that all of that was going on for years and centuries, but it was underground, and because of the enlightenment of what's going on now, that now these people are now, because back in the Roman times,
there was gays then too.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There was these soldiers was gone for war for years and years and years. You know what I mean?
There's a difference. Like I ain't gonna say that I understand it, but I do. I understand a man going to prison for the rest of his life, never coming home, and he want a companion.
Right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess, you know what
I
I mean?
mean, it's a terrible life that even to be forced to live that way.
Yeah.
But it's understandable.
You can see
I
how
mean-
that. You can see how that would take.
Yeah, I
take
can see
forward.
how exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's why it's rough. My shorty always says, "Baby, if you're in prison for a long time, a mouth becomes a mouth." I'm keeping a buck. She probably killed me if she heard that, but she said, if you're in prison for a long, long time, after a while, a mouth becomes a mouth. I'm not saying I co-sign that, but I'm just giving you what she's looking at it like, you know what I mean? I think we was having a conversation and it was talking about booty bandits and shit like that in jail, and she was like, man, look, that nigga ain't never coming home. To him, a mouth is a mouth at some point.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know some of the saddest stories in the world. Motherfuckers went to jail when they was 15 years old. Had a little 1 year to do, 1 to 3, and ended up going bananas while they was in there and turned their 1 to 3 into a life sentence.
Damn.
Know what
All
I
the
mean?
way out.
So now they went to jail as a virgin, and they never even know. They done never had the feeling of what a woman feels like. All they know is whatever men do or whatever they've been doing. I ain't gonna speak for them.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean?
I mean, they could stand tall, man. They could be the great jerkerers or whatever. You dig what I'm saying? Who knows? I can't speak on it. You got to get that shit let off somehow.
With this whole gay agenda, right?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, it's almost like they're trying to program people into being that way. Know what I mean?
Right.
Because they're trying to make it like it's I mean, to me, it's never gonna be the norm for me because I'm just heterosexual. Know what I mean? But they trying to make it like it's a normal thing to see two. I was watching a movie last night. It was 2 young kids, and they kissing, and I mean, it was like, I don't know, maybe because I'm older now, but if I see 2 little kids that's heterosexual kissing and trying to do things with each other, it's gonna be like, ugh.
Yeah.
Unless I'm some kind of pedophile or something.
You're supposed
So-
to feel that way.
So but to see it on most of these shows going on, it's almost like they trying to pitch that to the youth, man.
I mean, there was some people that said that they didn't let their kids watch a lot of these new cartoons and a lot of these different things because they was making that stuff, put it in there. I would say this. I don't force my heterosexual ideology on no one.
Exactly. I mean, well, it's considered the norm. So
Well-
when you see a man and a woman getting married and kissing, to them that might be disgusting as well, the same way.
Well, yeah, but what I'm trying to say now that there's so much different selections to choose from, you know what I mean? I cannot, because I choose to be heterosexual and I feel like that's the only one that matters, I cannot even force that on anyone anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's now a choice.
Yeah.
Dig what I'm saying? So at the same time, if I can't force being straight, or what we call straight,
Mm-hmm.
or heterosexual,
You shouldn't be able to force your gay ideology on us as
exactly
well.
is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You shouldn't.
But
I shouldn't have to
I'm
be-
not saying that it doesn't need to be in any movie, but I'm like, it's in everyone. Like everybody's gay now or something.
Well, I mean,
I mean-
I just feel like they've been suppressed for so long. This is just me playing devil's advocate that
Mhm.
they feel like now, every time they can shine, they want to make sure it's they have the ability to shine on it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm only speaking on it based on how it's being presented right now.
I definitely understand that.
But I'll give you one better. When you've been in Europe, if you go to Europe, they've been having like naked commercials and gay shit on TV for the longest.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've been having gay situations over there. Amsterdam, all of that stuff. They kind of let you do whatever you want. So with me traveling for a while, what I see here now was stuff I've been seeing for years prior to overseas. You just know what it was, and it's just what it was. You dig what I'm saying? Like even when you was over there, I'm not saying that they don't have racism over there, but I used to see interracial couples over there way before at a larger scale.
You know what the crazy part is? I can understand there being some people that's just like that, born like that. But it's like the way they do it, it's almost like they're programming these young kids to be that way, to they're letting them know, like, yeah, you have a choice. You could be gay if you want.
They're making it an option. They're
Exactly.
definitely doing that. They're making it an option.
You know what I mean?
If you don't fuck with it, then it, you know, I'll sell it.
You see what I'm saying? Though?
No. I respect what you're saying, and I think it doesn't matter who listen. And I mean, and if you're gay, I would like to hear your situation.
Point of view, exactly.
And
I would love to have that point of view. Like, all right, how does it make you feel when you see two heterosexuals making out with each other?
We're gonna get
that might make them feel uncomfortable watching it.
We're gonna,
you know what I mean?
We're gonna get somebody that lives that lifestyle on here, whether it be male and or female or both, and we're gonna jam out and have a conversation with them because I feel like I don't never want nobody to feel like we gay bashing.
No, never that.
When you
never that.
If you subscribe to smoking weed, you're not going to watch a whole bunch of people snorting coke. It's something that you don't do. So it's just how you live, and there's certain things that you just don't get involved in. If I listen to, I ain't going to bring music in it because I listen to everything. So, but it's just that if you live in a certain space, you're trying to keep that type of thing around you.
Know what it's like? It's like there happen to be a black person in every movie.
Yeah.
Every movie, every sitcom, everything that's played, there got to be some blacks in there that's actually excelling.
Right.
Not just getting killed in the first scene.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which, that doesn't happen. I mean, yeah, they do typecast. They have to have the black guy in there, but most of the time they get murdered off in the first scene or something. You know what I mean?
I feel you on that.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's the same analogy.
You brought up a point the other day when we were speaking on it, that we're only a couple of generations out of slavery.
Mm-hmm.
And we could come back to this if you want to talk about it, but there's a thing that I want to let you know about in Jamaica. And Willie Lynch was in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
The slaves that went to Jamaica was all of the unruly slaves that they couldn't handle on the ships coming across to the America, because you had to come through the Caribbean channels to get here. A lot of people don't even look at that. So a lot of people, family members, are in the Jamaicas because they took the worst of the worst and dropped them off into that island.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So and then what they would do is a thing called bull bucking. And I'm gonna explain bull bucking when we get back with this 2 MCs on the Mic podcast.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
Hey, do you want to be famous?
Do you want to be famous?
Do you want to be famous?
Let We Famous Media help you with that.
With music videos starting at $150.
Web design, electronic press kits, social media branding, and more.
If you want the best quality for the best prices, We Famous Media can't be beat. So invest in yourself.
With We Famous Media,
where we fame us.
let us make you a star.
Welcome back to the 2 MCs on the Mic podcast, man. I'm Link the Boss.
And I'm Blam the General. Aha!
You already know what it is. So I was telling y'all about bull bucking, and you got to understand that. And it happened to slaves in America, too. I'm not going to make it look like Jamaica was exceptional to this situation. So what would happen is they would take the biggest, strongest slave, and they'll bring him all of the slaves around, and they'll take this man into the middle of whatever town or area, and they will beat him halfway to death. And then, after they were done, and they have kids and everybody watching this, the slave master would pull his pants down and pull that man down and rape him in front of everybody.
What?
Yes, that's what bull bucking is. So that would... we think that when slavery was going on, only women were getting raped. That's definitely not the case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so what would happen is the slave master and whoever else wanted to
Savages, man.
and whoever else wanted to turn on that.
That's some savage shit right
Well,
there,
the thing was to let everybody know that if you fall out of line, this is what's going to happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
And when slave masters was Americans was having problem with slaves running away and shit like that, keeping them in order, Willie Lynch gave them a whole program on how to keep motherfuckers in check.
Yeah, old Willie Lynch, man. The Willie Lynch letters. I don't like to use the word hate, but
You gotta hate that,
he
man.
was so motherfucking. I mean, the motherfucker was. If we keeping it real, he was definitely gifted at what the hell he's doing, because the shit that he put in place is still working on us today.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
To this day. To this day.
There you go. So
You know what I mean?
I say that to say this is that the system kind of sort of keeping people in place been around for a long time. And I'm bringing that back to a certain agenda. There were certain slaves that was spreading their cheeks regularly to keep certain things from happening. So I don't know how everything kind of sort of went to where it got to, how it went to, but when something become the norm, the rape don't even be rape no more. You just roll out.
Uh-huh.
You know, there was certain females that knew that when the slave master came around, she knew that she was ready to go.
You know what's crazy is, I know it's real because I know a gentleman from my neighborhood that was locked up. He went to jail. I believe it was 10 years he had to do.
Right.
Now on the streets, he was a rapper. He was ladies' man. He was that guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
He went to jail and he just all of a sudden turned into
something special.
Yeah, you know. So came home, married to his cellmate, and all kinds of things like that. And they're like, have you been like that the whole time, or was it a learned trait? You see what I'm saying?
I mean, people could get turned out, man. I mean, if you could take somebody in the hood and teach him how, and he can become a murderer, he wasn't born to become a killer, but because of circumstances.
So here comes the $1 million question.
I know you was gonna say it.
Is it a learned trait, or are you born like that? Because you know the whole argument on that situation is that we're born like this and this is what it is. But if it's really a learned trait, then
I'm gonna say it's a little bit of probably both. I guess I don't know, man. I have no place into saying this, but I would say that there's sometimes you got like I've been seeing little kids that they used to they play with the dolls from day one, and shit like that. You know what I mean?
It's just you like, I don't know.
I don't know about this one.
Might,
you know what I mean?
Might be a little different.
Yeah, you know.
What I mean?
You know, little boys put their hands on their hips a little bit. They do little things that you be like, oh no.
But I see traits like that. I believe is learned as well, because they had to watch their mom or somebody do that,
right?
And they mimicking what their parents is doing or something,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And being that the men were taken out the house, as we said in the last episode,
right?
You know what I mean? All they had to learn from was their moms.
Facts.
So how are their moms gonna be able to teach them how to act like men or what it is to be a male?
I don't know, my brother. In this interesting conversation, we could probably jump into a whole nother dialogue just about that, because systematically, that's kind of shit that they did to make
stop
us
the
what
reproduction.
we are.
Exactly. That was to stop the reproduction, because believe me, if everybody's gay, then nobody's reproducing.
Oh yeah, I mean that's really what it is. But I mean, listen. If you're a Republican, they don't believe in that situation right there. If you're Democrat, they believe that everybody has the right to choose. I believe everybody should have the right to choose. I just don't believe that you should be able to have the right to force it on me if I don't fuck with it.
Exactly.
And I mean, if I don't eat meat, you ain't gonna be bringing me no fucking bacon and.
I mean,
if I don't
every meal, every plate gotta have some pork on it. I don't eat pork.
I don't eat pork.
But every plate got pork on it.
Exactly. So. It's just the ideology of shit, and the respect for that situation is where I'm at with it. Like, if I don't fuck with it, it's not up to you to make me fuck with something.
I don't personally fuck with it. I mean, I fuck with people that are gay and the things of that nature.
I mean,
you know what I mean,
I go without saying. I mean, we fuck with them.
I mean, but it makes me feel the same way the white folks used to say, "Yeah, I have black friends." You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
That doesn't change the fact that you're racist.
No, you're right. Well, people may say that about you right now.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Right. I understand both sides of the coin.
Right.
Being a black man, I understand both sides of the coin.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'll put it to you like this. It's not knocking a guy. It's not going against the grain with it, with you guys expressing yourself. I would think that what I'm saying is that, like I said, if I don't eat pork, I don't want it on my plate.
I want it on my plate.
I don't have a problem with
But you eating pork?
eating
Listen,
pork,
you could
yeah.
be sitting right next to me eating the hell out of a pig.
That's all it's not on my plate.
I mean,
Right.
I just don't want it on my plate.
Not a problem. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That to me is the bigger thing that I think a lot of people feel like they're losing it. And if you notice, I even be noticing that these boys now, they roll their shorts up so their booty be poking out and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I see it. And I'm going to tell you I see it because I seen it in my house.
Yeah, skinny jeans. That whole skinny jean era. But you gotta realize who do you think controls the fashion around?
There you go. But what I'm saying is, man, I ain't even going to say it, but fuck it, I'm going to say it. So, you know.
Yeah, we don't want to offend nobody, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm going to say it, but, you know, if she here, she here. I be seeing my stepson in the motherfucking crib, right?
Uh-huh.
And the nigga be wearing the shorts. You know how back in the girls would flip the waistline down and shit?
Yeah.
I'm noticing that them boys is doing that. So I'm saying to myself, well, damn. Ain't you when you roll the shorts up poking your booty out? But then and then look at the flip side. They gonna say, well, you was sagging and showing niggas your ass too.
Yeah, that's because our pants were too big. That was the difference.
I mean,
Everybody,
we can look at it however you want to look at it.
What I'm saying is everybody got a misconception of this whole sagging pants shit. Like, oh, niggas sagging their pants because they wanted niggas to look at their ass. No, niggas were sag. First of all, it was some shit that came from jail, and it was because niggas wasn't allowed to have belts in jail. But their pants always sagged. Niggas wasn't walking around with tight ass pants on in jail.
Right.
Which is the exact opposite of what niggas try and portray it to be.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but when you come home and you sag your jeans and
It came home and it was a fad because they see niggas coming. Motherfuckers always glorified motherfuckers going to jail. I just told you. I spoke about myself glorifying it when I was young.
right,
So when you see the motherfuckers coming home from jail when they got their shit sagging, you thinking that's the new style.
right.
So you start sagging your shit. That's how that whole shit came about.
But you know the new thing about it now though is that these niggas pants is so tight and then they sag them and they get
Course,
their
man.
knees down.
Don't even make that shit don't make not one bit of sense, but it never made sense to us the way we used to sag our shit to our parents as well. So now looking at my child do the same thing is like now I feel like I understand where my parents was coming from when they was looking at us.
But our shit was 3 sizes bigger.
Yeah, we used to be.
If you wear a 38, you had a 42.
You had a
on.
42 on, yeah, because that was the style.
That was
though,
the
at
style,
the time.
right? Yeah.
And I guess now the style is on some tight shit. So that, you know what I mean.
You
My
remember?
thing is, I just want to know who is the one that made that a thing to wear these tight ass pants like that. Because I ain't gonna front back in the day, tight pants was out the whole rock and roll era.
But,
know what I mean?
But look at it. I was saying that one day, and somebody hit me with something, and I'm like, damn, you're right. It was like, well, look at Prince. Prince is bagging all these hoes, and Prince pretty much dressed like.
Because he was like a rock star, bro. I just told you.
Yeah.
Rock and roll was the thing back in the day. Prince was like a rock star.
Well, them rock star
Know what I
niggas'
mean?
jeans was
With the
tighter
big-
than a motherfucker back in the day, too.
All of they shits was. That was the thing.
And leather
Punk rock.
pants and all that shit.
With rips in them and all kinds of other shit.
Mm-hmm.
But they was always tight as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these motherfuckers used to wear spandex outfits.
Damn there,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So,
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't even mind niggas wearing the fitted type jeans and skinny
do
leg
your thing,
jeans.
man.
I consider that just fashion. Even everything that they do, I just
exactly.
consider all of that.
I mean, it's all a part of the fashion, the culture.
Yeah.
Now that it morphed into a different aspect of the culture.
Right. I just
Know what I
feel like it's their fashion and their style and whatever they want to bring forth. So,
Because I'm not even gonna lie.
Mhm.
If I was to wear some clothes the way I used to wear them, I feel like a fucking clown right now.
right.
Like clown pants. Them shits is so damn big.
Think about the people that was wearing. Remember, we used to wear tight ass bell bottoms too, man. Back in the day, them bell bottoms. I'm talking about back in the day in the '60s. Them pants, you Soul Train line.
Yeah. That's what
Come
I'm saying,
on, man. Yeah.
That was all a part of the era. They had the tight pants on with the bells at the bottom. Niggas had on some platform shoes or something.
Mhm.
Know what I mean, and they was basically
And they was getting it in. Yeah.
doing their damn thing. It was sharp.
They was doing the rerun and shit.
Know what I mean, yeah, the whole
Shit.
disco era, man.
Yeah, you gotta get that shit popping. I just feel like it's just a different generation, and even being back then, there were people that were living that lifestyle that would just stay in the closet.
Yeah, I'm quite sure there was, because at one time, if you was gay, that shit made you like mentally insane. They put you in a mental asylum if your parents found out you was gay or something like that. They literally put you in a motherfucking crazy house
Right.
to try and get them to thinking that there's something wrong with your mental when really is just your preference.
And
You
listen,
know what I mean?
I'm not in the business to tell you to choose who you want to love or who you shouldn't love. I don't
No,
really
nah.
think that's my business.
Hell to
Like
the
I just
no.
told you that.
Only reason that this conversation even came up was because every single movie that I watch it has the aspect like, oh, here it comes. You can
Well-
call it before it even comes. Like, oh, see the way they looking at each other? Yep, they're gonna be fucking around with each other by the end of this movie.
Well, they're here and they're out and they're here and they feel like they should be represented in everything. And a lot of them own music and film and different things, and they're making sure that their presence is felt. I feel like if you don't want to subscribe to watch it, I guess we just got to make our own and don't put what we don't want to see in there.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if I don't fuck with what you giving me, I have to create my own and make it what I want it to be. You dig what I'm saying? But when you said what you said, I had a big question. Said, out of all of this hip hop and the music that we listen to, how much of them rappers you think that was living a different lifestyle? Do you think it's more than what we think we know?
Of course it is. Of course it is, man. Everybody's personal issues, though, they're not broadcasting all their personal shit.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean-
You're right. I'm just saying, you start to think about that a
At
lot
the end
of
of the day, it's all based on image, especially with music and all that. So if if they started out one way,
right.
they can't just change their image in mid hustle.
Well, you know that Superhead chick had a whole bunch of information that she was talking about. Some niggas was this, that, that, and the other. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that we looked up to as MCs that I'm going to go on the limb and say that they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that take away from their music, though?
I mean, it depends on what their music was about. Now, if they was talking about a bunch of fucking on their music and they was really talking about fucking men and you thought they was talking about women, then yeah, it takes a toll. Because now all the music that you was jamming to, making babies to, was really meant for another. You know what I'm saying?
So the music couldn't be unisex, huh?
Nah, it's definitely not, man. Come on. You're not unisex unless you bisexual.
Well, that's what it is. I'm just saying, maybe the music was supposed to fit men and females.
I don't know. 'Cause, I mean, I guess you could try and look at it that way, but if you got your preference, that's like us making a record right now and we trying to gear it, we making love records, but we gearing it towards men and women. Could you do that?
I mean, I think when you have a rap record right now,
No, that ain't the question.
Listen,
no.
to me.
You trying
I
to
don't
curve
know if I
it.
could do it.
You trying to curve it.
No.
I asked you a direct question.
Nah,
All I want is a direct answer.
Yeah, I'm a heterosexual male, so when I make songs, it's for heterosexual.
All right.
My
My
thought process is heterosexuality when I'm thinking about it.
But could you gear it towards a man?
I couldn't put the lingo in there because it would be against what I believe in.
Right.
But what I'm saying
That's my
is,
thing.
I'm
That's
sure that when somebody that's gay have a fan of a heterosexual artist, when they hear the song, they're not thinking about it fits in their narrative, is what I'm saying.
What?
All right, so let's
sing to men and women. It fits in every artist's narrative to get all the fans that they could get, whether gay, straight, or whatever.
Oh, listen to what I'm saying. I'm talking about the fan now.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. So if I'm saying that let's say a fan of Contraband, and we go do a show.
Mm-hmm. And we go do a show and it's a bunch of gay fans.
Exactly.
Are we gearing it towards gays?
No, but
we still gonna do exactly.
Yeah, but I think the fact that they're gay don't have none reason they don't like the music because they're gay. They just like the music.
Of course. They just like the music.
Right.
But I'm sure in their mind, have you ever sung a song that was geared towards another man and then you changed it from man to a female? Why did you do that?
No, well,
when the chick was singing the song to a dude and I know you've done this before. Everybody has. He was saying, "Yeah, I love you, boy."
He said, "I love you, girl."
Exactly.
Yeah, but you think that
it's a natural reaction,
right? Because but I'm sure when somebody that's gay is singing it, they flip it back for their situation.
Exactly. That's my point.
But I'm saying I don't have no problem with that.
So when a gay person is writing a record, I'm sure that's the same thought process that they're having. They're singing to somebody that they actually attracted to, not to somebody that they're not.
So you're basically saying that you want them to say,
I ain't said I want them to do shit. Don't put words in my mouth at all, nigga. You know, we ain't doing that. Cause I know how to flip shit and put words in your shit too. Don't get it fucked up.
This is what I'm saying. No, this is what I'm saying. You're saying, so we can have clarity that if you're gay, you should just sing it the way that you're supposed to sing it.
No, I said that if you're gay, you're singing it to the people that you want to sing it to.
Yeah,
you're not singing it to a female if you don't like women.
Yeah, but there's
saying.
gay guys who sing songs to females that clearly that they're homosexual. I know a couple I can bring up right now.
All right, so bring them up.
Luther Vandross sang about females the whole time, and he's gay.
And we know now that he's gay, we know that he was really singing to men.
This motherfucker over here, something special. Yeah, you my man's for real.
I'm just keeping it a buck.
I'm just saying, but
he was not singing to women if he didn't like women. He was singing to men, but he put women there because it was good for his market.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm speaking about what the lyrics came out to be.
I ain't talking about the lyrics. I'm talking about the individual, because at the end of the day, motherfuckers ain't buying into the lyrics no more. They buying into the person.
Yeah, but
that's why if these young rappers out here that's getting killed, if they wasn't really living that shit that they put in their records, niggas ain't fucking with them no more. That's why they out here dying like that.
I believe you.
Just to bring it to another level, but
I'm just speaking on the fact that there's other people that may, if you think about what's his name again from old England? What's his name again? What's his name from England, man?
Who, Slick Rick?
No, I'm talking about artists that are Elton John. You got Sam Smith.
Yeah.
All these songs they singing, these are big records that they're singing towards females, but they're out there gay. Because my man, I'm gonna give it a buck. When I was working for AT&T, Elton John had a house in Atlanta, somewhere around here in Georgia, whatever. And one of the techs in the shop, well, he moved from another location to our shop, but he was saying he went to the house that Elton John had to install some AT&T shit for him. And he was saying when he went to use the little powder room to take a piss and shit, it was naked man and balls all over the fucking walls. You dig what I'm saying? In his establishment, all over the shit.
He's definitely homosexual.
Right. But there's a lot of feminine records that's been put out there by Sir Elton John. And I mean, some good joints.
That doesn't change the fact that he was directing his energy towards men.
Okay, but I'm going to keep it a buck now. I'm as straight as they come, but there's some of them records I fuck.
So what? Some of the records I fuck with, a lot of them.
Okay, I'm just saying.
That doesn't change the fact that it was geared towards a man.
Okay, well.
And not a woman.
So you just looking at the gear. I'm just trying to say that
and
he's still singing about a girl.
I'm looking at the individual and their preference. I mean, it's hard for you to fabricate. So what you're saying is all the shit that he was spitting was fabricated.
Yes.
That shit was all fake.
Yes.
No, that was his admiration for the way he felt about a man. It just wasn't a woman. He put the woman in the place of the man, and he still was able to project those motherfucking same emotions and feelings in the record, and he just changed the word for the sense of marketing purposes.
I mean, what about if he didn't pen the song?
Well, if he didn't pen the song, then he was just singing it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, maybe he ain't penned the song.
Yeah, like Drake. They say Drake don't pen a lot of his shit. That make his records any less dope?
Nah,
exactly.
I don't have no problem
it's still
with that.
dope, but
no
you know that he didn't write the shit. He just didn't write the shit.
I hear you.
I mean, but when he sung it, I'm sure he wasn't envisioning a pretty white woman or a pretty lady while he was singing it. He was envisioning a male.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that either, I guess.
Ain't shit wrong with it. It is what it is. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm not gonna sugarcoat the shit.
I'm with you on that part. I'm just saying that
we're supposed to be unfiltered here.
Nah, we definitely unfiltered. We ain't making it up. I was just telling you that there's songs out there where the person is known to be gay.
It's like, all right, let me give you a better example. Since we gonna get off gay shit.
Okay.
Let's go. We could talk about R. Kelly and all his songs, how he was singing them to little girls. That shit doesn't Slick make you feel some kind of way about all the records he made? You never thought about the fact that the records that he made, he was really trying to sing to little kids?
I mean,
That never crossed your mind?
since the situation became public and since the first Pete on Me video came out and all that shit, yeah, it fucked with me because
So what's the difference? Explain to me the difference in that and what we talking about with the gay, with men singing to men.
well,
Ain't really no difference there, bro. Except for he's actually singing to somebody that's of the opposite sex. It's just a little kid.
I guess the fact that not if you don't know that of his behavior and the young ladies that he's been courting and dealing with, when you hear the record, you're thinking about it.
Of course.
Right. Well, hold up.
The key part you said is when you don't know. Now, we
Right.
wasn't talking about not knowing people that's gay. We was talking about actually knowing that they're homosexuals.
Well, I guess for me, even if I know that, because I think the record is so dope, I could I could put it in a grown woman or a grown perspective then.
Okay.
Mentally, I process it in what I fuck with.
okay. All
Because I don't understand the other shit. I can only process that shit in what I know.
That's the same thing that I'm talking about as far as these artists taking the record. Thank you for proving my point. Because the same way you can't process it because you don't understand it, I'm sure the gay person can't process it either because they don't understand heterosexual is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
But I think our whole conversation boiled down to the fact that we just didn't want, if we don't fuck with it, don't expect for me to understand it and don't force it on me to understand it. Just know that I respect the fact that you had the choice to choose whatever you want to do.
Yep.
Just like I fuck with whatever choice I want to fuck with. I don't have no rights to disrespect your choices, and you damn sure ain't got no rights
to disrespect mine. It is what
At
it is.
the end of the day, that's the conversation
It's all about love and respect, man.
Mutual respect.
You know what I mean?
You had the right to choose how you want to be. I got the right to choose how the fuck I want to be, and I don't have to force it. I can still play your song. I don't give a fuck about that because when I hear it, what I'm saying is when I hear it, it's going to what the fuck I fuck with.
Oh, okay. That's what you saying.
Yeah, when I hear the record.
When you hear the record, it goes towards what you like.
Well, exactly.
So you putting your own twist on it.
Yeah. Well, that's what music is.
Regardless of what.
Regardless of whatever he's singing for.
The song was actually about.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
All right.
I mean, it's got to vibe with whatever I vibe with. You dig what I'm saying?
No diggity, man.
I ain't got nothing, you know what I mean? I don't feel no kind of way about the record no other way. I don't, you know what I mean? A dope record's a dope record. I just fit it into my narrative. Because I think me and you and 10 other motherfuckers could listen to one song and get a different perspective of it. Is that fair enough to say that?
Let me give you an example of how. I'm gonna tell you how a record. I mean, it was a record. What was that? Sam Cooke joint. Well, who was the name of the record that was singing to his dog, and we all thought that he was singing to a female, but he really wrote the record singing to his dog? Was it?
I forgot, but I know what you're
Whenever
talking about.
She's Gone.
Yeah.
And all that. She's Gone joint. What was the name of that?
Push your mic out a little bit.
Push it out.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was bothering you, bro.
No, it wasn't bothering me, but you pick up a lot better. I can hear you. Just being
man. Yeah, but when I found out that he was actually singing to a dog, that shit kind of, even though I love the record.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, though.
I still love the record, but it did take some away from it.
It probably does.
You know what I'm saying?
It probably does, and it probably will. But the dope part about it is that you are able to frame a record the way you want to frame it.
Yes.
And that's the part that we have to take it for what it is.
Uh-huh.
You are able to frame the fucking record in your mind however you deem fit. And you cannot take that away from anybody.
No doubt. So whether you're heterosexual, you're homosexual,
yes,
keep doing what you're doing because we love all the music.
Exactly.
We love it all. You know what I mean?
And we gonna fuck with it regardless.
Just
know that your agenda is yours and ours is ours, and we can coexist.
Exactly. I mean, that's the biggest problem.
Right.
It seems like
we're
it's
forced
hard
exactly
to coexist with each other.
Right.
Without it turning into a battle or a struggle. You know what I mean?
And I think that's the same thing with us, with black and white and all different races.
That's why I was able to put myself in a white person's position when I said, I fuck with a lot of gay friends. I got a whole bunch of gay friends, but that's the same way the white person feels when they telling you like, yo, I'm not racist. I got gay friends. My sister's boyfriend is black.
Right, yeah.
It's the same shit.
But I'm gonna leave this conversation because quite obviously we have to wrap up. But what I'm gonna say is this: when you come from, even just in the United States, and we're not even gonna talk about different countries or culture. I'm talking about Black Americans. You're different if you're from New York. You're different if you're from Louisiana. You're different if you're from Florida. It's just different things that you fuck with from different places.
Yeah.
And because we don't know about it in New York, we dubbed Southern rap. That ain't no real shit.
And now they winning the most.
Exactly. And everybody from up top sound like that. So the lessons is being learned is that people do things differently and we could just embrace it for what it is. We don't have to necessarily.
You ain't gotta like it.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta hate it.
Yeah, just
but
respect it.
You just gotta respect it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just like whatever we do, we want you to respect it. But I can't just take what I do and say, yo, this is
what it is.
And nothing else don't matter.
Nah, exactly.
And that's where
fake.
That's where
not real.
That's where the whole agenda with the gay thing kind of comes in. Is like you feel like
really
you're forced to digest something that you're just like, I don't have a problem with it, but I just don't want to feel like it's forced on me or my kids or however I want to grow it. But I don't feel like you should not. You know what I mean?
Have that.
Have that. But
have at it.
And that's a good way to wrap this one up.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes, man. Have at it, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the 2MCs and the Mic podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Blam the General.
And once again, I'm your host, Link the Boss. We out.
Peace.